All right. So, good morning, everybody. We are going to be playing again with upper back and shoulders. You're going to need your blocks. Um, these cork blocks are heavier because I've decided I'm going to make myself work a little harder today. So, if you happen to have cork blocks and you want to play with those, go for it. And just as an aside, I know one of you likes the class that I did with weights. Um, think about this class if you were holding on to, a couple pound weights as well. So something that you could convert in the future. All right, so let's start laying down and have your blocks where you can get to them. And just take a moment to get centered. Your legs can be straight or bent, either of those is fine. I like to bend my knees and have my feet wide and my knees to the center, especially in the beginning, just so my back can settle down. And then the back of the neck is nice and long so that your chin is level and you're not lifting your chin up high, nor are you tucking it. And then allow your hands to rest wherever you'd like for now. Let's center on our mat and into our bodies and find our breath. And as you lay here and breathe, just kind of notice how you're feeling. I'm feeling a little fidgety this morning, so it's going to take me a moment to settle down. And one of the most beautiful ways to settle down is just to get into your body, into the present moment and what your body's doing, what it feels like, where the breath moves you. And so we take some deep breaths in and we let them go. Good. A few more right here. And last one. And then if your hands are not at your sides, I'm just going to move a block out of the way. If your hands are not down at your sides, go ahead and put them down at the sides and have your palms face down. And as you do that, just get a sense of where your shoulders sit, right? So this is a mild internal rotation of the arms of the shoulders. And just kind of get a sense, right? If your hands are flat on the floor, your thumbs maybe pressing down a little bit, you can feel how the shoulders round forward a little. Maybe you feel a little bit of tension or contraction at the sides of the chest, right? Nothing too big, nothing too serious. But as we carry on about our days, this is a lot of times the way our arms and shoulders are because we're driving, we're carrying things, we're typing, right? So they're kind of always like this. So then just go to your pinky side of your hand. So your thumbs are pointing up, your hands are relaxed, and you're on your pinky side. And go from a flat palm down to the pinky. And just kind of plant the hand and then lift it, plant and lift it, and then hold that for a moment. And notice that the shoulders are starting to move toward the side body, right? The chest is starting to lengthen out to the sides a little bit. And then, of course, go to the backs of your palms. So turn the palms so that they're facing the ceiling. My blocks are in my way. And notice the difference here. So if your thumbs don't easily come to the floor, just see if you can externally rotate the shoulders and the arms so that your thumbs touch the floor. So maybe the chest rises a little bit, the Chest is quite wide now compared to the other way. And as you take a deep breath, maybe you notice that you can take a deeper breath here than when your palms are face down. So just once again, go to palms down and notice. Go to pinky side down. Not a whole lot of difference, but a little bit. And then go to palms face up and feel how that opens your shoulders. So that's just internal and external rotation. And then take the arms out to cactus pose with the palms face up, obviously. And notice again, maybe press into the backs of the arms, the backs of the shoulders, and notice that just that little press lifts your chest. Don't arch into your lower back. Your lower body is relaxed. Maybe your feet are on the floor. I didn't say that earlier. But if your legs are straight, go ahead and keep your feet on the floor instead. And then notice the more you push into your back and upper arms, the more your chest lifts. And then just relax it, let it go. Good. One more here. Just press into the backs of the arms. Notice the nice deep breath and exhale and let it go. And then relax your arms. Grab one of your blocks and take it the wide width between both of your hands and rest that on your belly for a moment. Draw the backs of the arms, the backs of the shoulders into the floor and take that block straight up over your head. Now be mindful, right? Don't drop your block on your nose and just feel that. Reach the block up to the ceiling. So here again, we're compressing the chest, right? We're engaging the chest muscles. We're rounding just a little bit. So I want you instead to press the backs of the shoulders into the floor and then reach up toward the ceiling and press back down. Good. One more here. Reach up and press down. And then holding the block, your palms are face in. I want you to slowly take the block overhead, any amount, including all the way down to the floor. If that hurts your shoulders, please don't do it. Just take it where you can. And then squeeze the block between your hands, lift it all the way up and let it come down toward your legs. Good, reach up, draw the shoulders to the floor, reach back with your block. Inhale, center, and exhale down to your thighs. Good, 3 more right here. Lift up to the ceiling, pull the shoulders down. Reach the block any amount overhead, and then take it up and back down. Good, 2 more. Breathe, feel the shoulder blades moving, feel the ribs moving back down to your thighs. And last one right here, pull the shoulders down, reach overhead, and then bring them up and back down. Let it rest on your belly. Relax your hands and arms for a second. Good. So then if you can, take your right hand down to the floor. Your palm is face down. Take your left hand down, but you're holding your block with your left hand. Only your left arm moves this time. I want you to ground the right side. So inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale, bring the arm overhead. For me, my back of my hand rests on the floor when it's overhead. My palm is face up. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale it down to your hip. Good. 4 more. We'll go a little quicker. Just want you to really be mindful of the movement, right? So that you notice if something is bothering you, if something hurts, right? If it does, maybe you don't go down so much. Maybe you go a little wider to go up and back down. I want you to play here. Good. One more on this side. Bring it up and bring it down. Good. And then switch sides. Your left hand is plastered down to the floor. Your right hand's holding on to your block. Your feet are on the floor. Maybe even a little tone to the belly. Inhale, reach it up. Take it overhead. And notice as you're doing it on this side, returning at your pace, are you tightening up maybe your jaw or are you overarching, right? What else is happening in the body? When you take your arm or arms overhead, your rib cage and your shoulder move with that movement, right? We got two left. So that's normal, but you don't want to over exaggerate it. Good. Last one, take it up, bring it overhead, and exhale it down. Good. Last one here, both blocks, both hands. Blocks, you're holding on to those blocks, you're lifting them both up to the ceiling. They're separate. Draw the shoulders back down to the floor and then take the arms overhead any amount. Watch for that lift of your chin. Try to keep it all neutral. Bring it back down to the floor. And this is 2. We're going to 5. And exhale. And 3. Exhale down. Good. 4. And down. And last one. Bring them overhead and see if you can hold them back down at the floor over your head. So the blocks are now resting on my hands. My shoulders are getting a little bit more stretch, a little bit more work, just by having that little teeny tiny weight on them. Good. Breathe. Now draw the low ribs back to the floor. So we're stretching out through that upper and mid back. Feel the belly tone in just a little bit. Take a nice deep breath and then reach the blocks up to the ceiling. Exhale them down to the floor. Let go of them and draw your knees to your chest. Good job, everyone. And then roll the knees over to one side. Come on up. And have a seat. Your version of your seat, right? So we always talk about that. If cross legs doesn't feel good, straighten them out. If you want to sit up on a block or a blanket, go ahead and do that. Take the block in your right hand. Remember, I've been mirroring lately. I'm finally back to where my brain will work that way. So your block's in your right hand, mine is in my left. I want you to take it up to the ceiling, grab it with your other hand, and take it down. Good. Inhale it up. Exhale down. You're switching. Good. Inhale up. Grab your block. Switch. And 4. Reach up and down. Remember, no pain. If this bothers your shoulders, the first thing to do is drop your block. Good. Take it up. And exhale and pause. So the first thing to do would be get rid of the block. And the second thing to do would be not to go so high, right? So if it's bothering you, take care of yourself. All right, so blocks in your right hand, take it out to your shoulder and hold. And breathe. Again, if you're playing with light weights here, you can do this pretty easily, right? You're holding a 1 or a 2 or a 3 pound weight, and you're just working that shoulder, right? Especially the side, the middle deltoid muscle is really getting a good amount of work here. And then lower down. Whew. Good. Take it up. Breathe. Try not to over grip your block, but still hold on to it, right? Yep. Open the shoulder, lift the chest, lower it down. We got one more here. Good. I forgot how heavy these cork blocks are. Take it up, hold. Breathe, relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. A lot of times when we do upper body work, it goes there and lower and release. Shake that baby out. Good. Let's go to the other side. And it's interesting, you might notice one side different than the other. All right, let's take that block up. Just hold it straight out from your shoulders. Your wrist is straight as you can be. So not only are we working shoulders here, interesting enough, we're working grip strength, right? You got to hold on to that block. So breathe and lower down. Good. Take it up. What's your other side doing, right? Are you gripping? Are you tensing? Can you relax the whole right side while you work the left? And lower. Good. One more. Up we go. Big deep breath. Smile, relax, and lower down. Good. Shake it out. Go back to your right side. Lift that block up, turn it sideways. What did we just do? We externally rotated the shoulder, take it center, hold, grab it with your other hand, open both. Good, grab it center, open both. Check your head, check your neck. Good, grab it center and open and center, whew, and open. What's interesting again, right? Couple times, no big deal. 10 times, 20 times, starts to feel it a little bit. Good, switch and open. Now, if you're doing this with me, notice that I'm not just swinging side to side, right? I'm pausing. Really important with weightlifting of any sort is you give it that little bit of pause. So you take the momentum out. Good, we got one more set. Why? Because my arms are getting tired. Because I have stopped counting a long time ago. And lower down and shake it out. Holy moly. All right, so last one here, and then we're going to get up off our behinds. You're going to take that one block right in front of you at the widest setting. So you're going to pretend that you're doing a little bicep curl. So you're just going to bring it up and squeeze those biceps. You're holding onto the sides. If you can, don't wrap your fingers. Just use your palms and take it straight up. Exhale down and then straight back. Good. Bring it up, lift up. Bring it down to your chest, release down and up, squeeze up. Down we go. Good. 4, take it up. Notice if the elbows want to splay out to the sides, keep them tucked and down. Good. This one, bring it up. Do you see me swing, anybody? Right? Ah, that was terrible. Bring it up, take it up, listen up. And then bend your elbows behind you. Okay, triceps. Good. Take it up and down. 3, 4. Don't lift your chin. Don't tuck your chin. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Last one and 10. Bend the elbows back to your chest. Take it down and release it. All right. Well done, everybody. That was our little start of class, because it's going to come back, right? As we do different things with our arms, all that stuff's going to come into play. So let's come on to a table pose. Let's get some blood flow back in our behinds here. Remember to put something under your knees if you need to. Have your blocks toward the front of your mat. You're going to need them in a little while. And then, excuse me, plant your hands, maybe a couple of cats and cows here, right? Mimic some of the things we were doing earlier. Breathe. And last one. Good. Come to a nice neutral spine. Take your knees wide on your mat, your feet toward the center of your mat. Right hand goes center, left hand goes to your shoulder. And you're just finding this little soft twist here. And then check your head, your neck. Make sure it feels comfortable. From here, point your elbow up toward the ceiling. And notice, right, that you're starting to really spread through the front chest and then extend the arm up. Your palm is facing forward. You're finding your breath. And then circle that left arm. Big, big circle. 1 and 2 and 3. And then let that hand come down and replace your other hand. Left hand to the floor. Your right hand goes to your shoulder. You're starting this nice little twist. The elbow goes to the ceiling. So now you're really starting to open up. Extend the arm straight up. Palm is face forward. Try not to overshoot the shoulder. In other words, I'm not trying to twist. I'm trying to expand out from one hand to the other hand. And then big circle. 1, good, and 2, last one, and 3, and both hands to the floor. Back in table pose, nice tone to your belly. All I want you to do is tap opposite shoulder. So you're tapping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and plant those hands. If you were with me last class, you know that's a precursor. So optionally, flip your toes under, lift your knees off the floor. And I say optional because you can come back where you just were, knees down. Try not to lift your hips. Keep all that really stable. And let's tap opposite shoulder for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then plant the hands straight in the legs and find downward facing dog. Oh, yeah. So once you're in down dog, let's pedal it out. Stretch it out, everybody. Get those legs opened up. And then maybe turn the heels a little side to side or sway the hips side to side. And then inhale to your tippy toes. Exhale, let your knees come to the floor. Take your right hand and reach for the left corner of your yoga mat. Your left hand, you're going to start to bow down toward your mat. Your left hand is just supporting you here. So I've got my forehead on the floor, my chest toward the floor, and I'm stretching the underside of that right arm, right? The armpit into the chest, into the side back muscles, those beautiful big wide muscles. And then sway your hips a little side to side. That's it. Come back to center, press up, switch sides. Reach your left hand to the right corner. Your right hand is just there for support. Drop your chest head toward the floor. Feel this nice stretch along that whole armpit, back of shoulder, and then sway your hips side to side. That's it. And take that to center. Press all the way up. Plant your hands again. We got one more set. Flip your toes under, lift your knees or not. And then for 10, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Plant your hands, straighten your legs, shake it out, everybody. Take your feet wider on your mat and walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Open wide through those shoulders, bend your knees, take your hands to your knees, and come on up. Ooh, yeah, shake it out. Don't you feel strong already? I know you do. All right, grab one of your blocks and go sideways on your mat so that you can go wide. Excuse me. Take your hands to your hips and just, so your toes are pointed out a little bit. And I just want you to rock a little side to side. You don't have to bend those knees a whole bunch if those knees are bothering you, right? You can just kind of rock a little bit. Make sure you're not rocking straight legged. Just bend a little side to side. And how wide you go is totally up to you. Okay. All right. Oh, starting to stretch out the legs. And then come back to center and bend your knees. Both knees, any amount, right? Remember this long line from your inner groin to your inner knee. Reach those knees out. Lean forward and grab your block and pick it up close to your body. Good. Sorry, I just realized there's a fan above my head that you can't see. So you're going to take that block close to your chest. And when you straighten your legs, straighten the block. Good. Bend. Excuse me. And straighten. And bend. And straighten. You don't have to go super deep. Watch those knees. You know who you are. Breathe. And up. Good. This is 5. And 6. Woo. And 7. You got this. And 8. 9. Last one, 10, hold. Good. Remember, you don't have to bend a whole bunch, or you can bend more. It depends on where you're at. Grab the block with your left hand, take it out to the side, and breathe. Oh, yeah. All right, take your right arm out, take it center, open, squeeze it center, and open. Squeeze it center. If your legs are getting super tired, come on out of your squat and center, open, center, open. I know, one more, open, center, and open, and just release your block to your thigh. Whoa, I know it. All right, so you're gonna lean forward again and take that block back down to the floor. And then you're gonna rock side to side again. And here's what I'm hoping, right? This might take a little coordinating the first time. You're gonna grab your block, and when your right knee bends, you're gonna grab the block with your left hand and you're gonna circle it all the way. Bend your left knee. So you're doing a huge circle. Now, if one hand is too much, do both hands. If it's too much to bend that deep, don't bend that deep, right? We got one more big circle. And center. Switch hands. Here we go. Circle. And circle. Last one, circle. How did I not hit that fan? Hands to the floor, straighten your toes, heel toe in, bend your knees, and come all the way up. Good. Roll it out, everybody. Nice job. Block is back to the front of your mat. You're back to the front of your mat. And inhale, take it up. Exhale, nice forward fold. Oh, soften the knees as much as you need to here to get those fingertips to the floor. Big deep breath. Maybe shake it out a little bit. And then notice, right, where are your shoulders right now? Are they up in your ears? Are they wrapped around your chest? Can you move them away from your ears? Externally rotate them. You can have hands on blocks here, right? I didn't say that, but of course, makes perfect sense. Bend your knees. Step back with your left leg. Lower your left knee. Grab your blocks and take your hands to your blocks. Once your hands are on your blocks, you take them up nice and high and just stretch it out here. There we go, right? So just stretching things out, noticing how that feels. I want you to take your right hand to your right knee. I'm mirroring here, remember that. Grab your other block with your hand. Grab your block with your left hand and take it up to the ceiling. And breathe. And just notice, right? Teeny tiny amount of weight here, but you just start to notice it after a while. It almost grounds the shoulder. If you think about that, grounding your shoulder so that you can extend your arm. Here's the tricky part. I want you to take that block down to a count of 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down to the floor. Good. Just drop both hips back, switch sides, take your right leg back, take your left leg forward, start a nice easy lunge. Remember to take care of your shoulders, my darlings, right? Don't do all of this if you're already feeling cranky in those shoulders. Not if you're feeling cranky in general, then you do more. You'll get it out of your system. All right, so left hand to left knee, you're holding onto the block with your right hand and take it up to the ceiling. And even how you hold your block, you'll notice the difference, right? I'm holding it at the bottom, the short edge bottom. And so it's a little bit harder as I bring it forward to hold the weight, right? That little bit of difference. All right, here we go. Count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we could have done a count of 10. All right, so both hips back, switch sides. Here we are again. Choice number 1, you're right here. Choice number 2, let's get that knee off the floor. Scissor the inner thighs so that we can really make those legs stable. Right hand to right knee, blocking your left hand. I'm grabbing mine from the side on this one and take it up and breathe. Now your back leg is fired up. You've got weight back there so that all the weight isn't at your front leg. Squeeze your belly here, no matter whether your knee's up or down. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower the knee if it's lifted. Switch sides. Warming up these shoulders. We're going to be doing this ad nauseum. So I want to make sure they're good and warmed up. Flip your toes under, lift your knee optionally. That's up to you. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the legs. When you're ready, your left hand goes to your knee, your right arm goes up. Breathe. How's it starting to feel, right? You feel like, I don't know, like, da, 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 right? You're on top of the mountain. You made it. And let's do a soft count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower down. Lower the knee, switch sides. You're getting the hang of this. Bring your right leg forward. Lift the left knee or not. Your choice. Now, to bring both of your blocks up, or whatever it is you're lifting, first squeeze in through center. What I don't want you to do is lift the weights out here to lift up. I want you to keep them close. So as you're able, lift the weights, bring them up to your chest. Press them both up and breathe and smile. And let the shoulders sit back. Yeah, right. So we're not over lifting. We're letting the simple weight of these blocks ground the shoulder joint. Breathe. You got it. All right, keep your chest high. Take the blocks down. Keep them high. 1, don't lean down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift up for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. 2 more, just like that. Woo! Squeeze those legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. Last one. You're going to take these to the floor once they're low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then lean forward. Drop your blocks. Drop your knee. Switch sides. So a lot of times in yoga, right, we work the legs, work the legs, work the legs. What about these, right? What about our upper bodies? Got to do it, girls and guys. All right, flip your toes under, lift your knee. Squeeze the inner thighs. Remember what I said, anytime you lift weight, keep it close to your body. So lift up, squeeze up, and then take them overhead. Make sure your stance is wide enough, whether your knee is on the floor or up. Breathe, soften the shoulders, squeeze your belly. Here we go, count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is one way easier. 1, gravity. 2, 3, 4, 5. Open the chest. And inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Are you getting more movement, more expansion, right? Good. This time, remember, slow down and then to the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands to the floor. Good. Lower your knee. Step back with your left leg and maybe just a momentary child's pose here. Big deep breath, everybody. Good, and from your resting pose, come on up. Bring your right leg forward. Your choice again to take the knee up or down. Squeeze it. Take one hand to your knee, maybe take your right hand to your right knee, and then just pick up your block. Take it behind you. Remember, knee up or knee down, and roll your shoulders back as you press the block into your sacrum. Yeah. Big deep breath. From here, you're either staying here or you're going to extend the block out and pull back a little bit. Don't overdo. Big lift of the chest here. Find your breath. Yep. And if your knee is lifted, carefully lower the knee down, carefully, and release it. Switch sides. Right? First, you got to lift that knee, so do it safely. If you're lifting, squeeze your belly, bring the block in close, lift your chest, take that block behind. Press into your sacrum and breathe. Is the chest lifted or are the shoulders back? Yeah, right. And then hold on to the block, straighten the arms, lift. Little back bend for this upper chest, right? This upper back. Big deep breath. Bring it back. Slowly lower your knee and release it. Good. Just set your blocks aside for the moment. Keep them up at the front of your mat. Take your left leg back and take it to downward facing dog. And shake, shake, shake. Shake it out. Big deep breath. And walk those hands all the way back to your feet. Bend the knees as much as you need to get there. Open those shoulders. Get them away from your ears. Hands to knees. And come on up. Good. Roll it out. Shake it out. And breathe. So from the front of your mat, I just want you to take your feet on the edges of your yoga mat and soften your knees a whole bunch and take both hands forward and then pull both shoulders back. Good. Imagine you're holding on to something with your right hand, so just a soft fist, and take your left arm back and stretch it. Good. Keep the shoulders away from each other. It's a bit of a twist, right? It's a bit of a stretch of that whole side, and then bring it forward. Grab onto whatever that is with your left hand and pull the right one back. Just open it up. Breathe. And bring it back. Good. Other side, just pull and open. I have a friend who is a Buddhist, I guess, Buddhist. And he's always saying, Mary, keep a happy mind. And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm always happy when I'm teaching though. All right, bring it forward. Last one, pull it and open it and feel the stretch. Especially if you do a lot of desk work, right? A lot of computer phone work. Woo, bring it forward and let it go. It just gets tight through here. And the tighter this gets, the more this gets stretched, the more this gets stretched, the more it hurts. It's almost counterintuitive, right? Because we think we have to stretch more. Nah, right? We have to engage the back body and stretch the front. All right, so come on back to the front of your mat. Have your blocks on your mat at the highest level. Keep your right foot forward, step your left foot back into a warrior one stance, right? You all know this, you've all been with me long enough, but warrior one stance, your back foot is turned slightly out to the side, your front knee lines up with your front ankle, and your shoulders are squared, not your hips so much, right? Your legs are going in two different directions, so I wouldn't necessarily expect straight hips. But ribs, yeah, shoulders, absolutely. Feel this really solid pose and then take the arms up. Soften the shoulders and breathe. And then turn the palms forward and find that, right? Feel that difference in the pose. And then lean forward. Optionally, grab your blocks. I would grab them from the sides, not from the ends. Bring them in close to your body. Bring them up to your chest and take them up. Once they're up, relax the fingers a little bit. Just let the weight of the block sit in your palms. And breathe. Keep your chest lifted. Take the blocks forward of your head. Widen the shoulders again. Take them forward. Pull the shoulders back. Woo! Take them down a little. Breathe. Take them down a little. Open the shoulders, open the chest. Yeah. And down. Lean forward, take them down to the floor. Come right back to warrior one, all the way up, no blocks. Feel how free that feels, right? And then hands to heart and step forward. Watch your blocks, they're probably in the way. They're in the way. Left foot forward, right foot back. Warrior one again. Where's your chest? Where's your ribs, right? Hips will take care of themselves. Inhale, reach the arms up. Soften the shoulders and feel the opening of chest, shoulders, right? Just breathe. And the slight engagement of the back body, right? Good. Bring the hands in. Lean forward. Optionally, grab your blocks. Remember, don't take them out forward, take them in. Lift from your chest, take them up. And then soften the grip on them a little bit. Easy. I think it's almost easier with the heavy blocks because you got some weight there, but just do what you can do. What happens if you tone the belly? What happens if you press into your back leg? Breathe. Here we go. Take them slightly forward. Widen the shoulders. Take them slightly more forward. They're going to get a little heavier. The arms have to work. Take them a little more forward. Keep the shoulders wide, keep the chest wide. Little more. Breathe. Little more. Little more. All the way down. And then lean forward. Set your blocks down. Take them off your mat so you have room. Step back, down dog. Lower your knees to the floor. Lower your belly to the floor. And pause. So you're all the way down on your belly. Just pause for a second. Let your shoulders be really soft wherever you've decided to put them. And just breathe. Good. From here, I want you to take the hands down to your sides. I may have to leave my head up a little bit to talk, but for you, make sure you're resting your forehead either on your mat or maybe you have a little blanket or pillow that you can put under your forehead. But your arms are down at your sides and your palms are face up. From here, pull the shoulders away from the floor to engage your back body. Your head can be down or neutral. And then lift your hands off the floor. Palms are face up. And then keep lifting until maybe your chest starts to rise off the floor as if someone had your fingertips and is pulling your fingertips down toward the feet. That's it. And then release the same way. Lower the chest, lower the arms, lower the shoulders, lower your heads. So optionally, we're going to do that 2 more times, and then we're going to come back up. Optionally, and it's tricky, you're going to grab your yoga blocks and bring those behind you and see if you can rest them on your palms. Like I said, it's tricky. Without me there to help you, it's just tricky. And maybe I can't even get it. There we go. So your blocks are resting on your palms. Here we are again, right? So the first thing we want to do is pull the shoulders away from the floor. Start to feel the little bit of a lift of the chest head. Lift the blocks. Oof, and breathe. Let's see, these are variations of locust, right? Locust pose we've been playing with a bit lately. Try to lift the chest, lift the head, the neck head, but don't overlift. Don't lift the chin. Feel free to lift the legs, right? Really work this. Whew. If you've lifted the legs, lower them, lower the hands, chest, head, shoulders, all come down to the floor. We're going to do one more. Find your breath, everybody. All right, last one. Here we go. Shoulders first, right? Notice right away how that changes everything. Start to lift the head, chest a little bit. Maybe the legs and hips are engaged a little more this time. Lift the hands, blocks or no blocks. Lift the legs, optionally there too. No back pain. Breathe. Will the hands lift any higher without dropping the shoulders down? And lower everything. Good. Maybe turn your head to one side. Maybe turn it to the other side. Release any tension in your neck. And then take your head forward, press into your hands, lift up to table pose. We're getting there, my loves. Blocks go back to the front of your mat. Flip your toes under, come to downward facing dog. Hold your pose here. Absolutely optional. One, you're here. Two, you're gonna tap opposite leg for 10. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. And then walk your hands all the way back. Bend your knees, hands to knees. Come on up, everybody. Woo. And feel, feel, feel. I know. So when you do a lot of concentrated shoulder work, you really can feel it. So be mindful. All right, step sideways on your mat and go wide again. And this time we're just going to come to a really easy forward fold. Nice tone to the belly here. Don't let that low back round. And then just one or both arms, you're just going to do circles. Let the head hang. If you want to just do one, support your torso and your body with your other. Big circle. Other way. Maybe switch. Good. Both hands to center. And then bend your knees, hands to knees, and come on up. Woo, good. We got one more leg exercise and then a balance pose to take it all together. So grab your yoga block. Take your right leg forward, your left leg back into a warrior 2 stance. So, right, what's the difference? Front knee is still aligned, front knee, front ankle. Your knee's not rolling into the middle, right? It's lined up straight over that second and third toe. Your back foot, instead of being turned forward, is turned sideways. So it's an open hip. I call it an open hip stance. So many things come from that. And then take your yoga block to the front of your thigh. Good. I want you to push your yoga mat into your thigh. And I want you to imagine that you could pull your thigh up into the block. So what that does is it engages the psoas muscle, that deep core muscle. So imagine that you're both lifting your leg off the floor and pushing it back down at the same time. Feel all that yummy activity here? Good. Take your back arm back. You know what's coming. I'm so sorry. Take the front arm out. Block or no block. If you're tired of the block, just let it go. Take both hands forward to your chest. Grab it. Reach back. Forward. Reach forward. Good. Center. Reach back. Center. Out. Last one. Center. Reach forward, listen up. The block should be in your back hand. Take your front hand, your front arm to your front thigh, and take the block up to the ceiling. Watch your head, watch your neck, tone your belly. This is extended side angle. If you want just a little more challenge, that arm goes over ear. Breathe. You got this, everybody. Good. Squeeze your belly with everything you got. Lift that block up. Lift the other arm up. Release it down. Turn your back or your front toes to the side. Turn your back foot or your left foot so it's pointed straight ahead. All we did was change positions. Same thing. Nice tone to the belly. Open it up. Your thigh. Your blocks to your thigh, push down and push up. Whew, just breathe. Good, take the back arm out. Take the front arm forward. Good, listen up. Instead of going forward, we're going up. Reach up, take it down to shoulder level. Take it up and out. This is 3. Well, it's really 2.5. Now it's 3. Woo. And half of 4. Up. Good. Last one. Woo. Breathe. Leave it in your back hand. Take your front forearm to your front thigh. Take it straight up from the ceiling, right? Just push it up. Imagine that this isn't 1 pound or half a pound. Imagine it's 5 pounds. And you want to hold that baby up with integrity. Good. Possibly take it over ear. That's going to make it a little bit harder. Big deep breath. Good. Take it up. Take your other arm up. Release it down. Holy moly. You've got the block in your hand. Take it behind you. Press the shoulders back. Reach it back and away. We only got one more with the block. Una más. Hang in there. I think I said that right. And release it. Good. Step those feet together. Shake it out. All right. Balance pose. We're going to do a variation of Warrior 3. So with the block, not in front of us, but behind us. So it's kind of Warrior 3 meets airplane pose. So feel free to be near a wall, right? A chair, a piece of furniture. All of that's awesome. I'm even going to step off my mat so I have a little bit more balance. So we're going to keep your right leg forward, my left leg forward, and you're just going to step back a little bit. I know I'm really close to the mat now. I look really big for the camera. Take the block behind you and put it at the low sacrum, just like we did before, right? So shoulders are open and breathe. From here, just start to tilt forward. Keep the shoulders back. Keep the arms pressing that block into your sacrum. Consider coming up to your tippy toe. 1, you can stay right here. 2, squeeze your belly. Lean forward some more. See if you can lift the leg. If you lift the leg, reach the block back. Woo. Breathe. And lower and release. Cool. Cool, baby. How'd that feel? It was interesting to me to find that this stabilized the pose a little bit, right? It was almost like a focus point. So let's go to the other side. Your left leg forward, my right leg forward. The block is sitting on your sacrum, right? That's just going to give you a little bit of stability, a little bit of feedback. And remember, you don't have to lift your leg at all. This is your class, everybody. All right, so start to lean forward, come to your big toe. Squeeze the belly in, low belly, right? Support that core. When and if you're ready, you're gonna lift and reach. Whoa. And breathe. You got it, everyone. Lower and release. Yay. We did it. We did it. Come on back to the front of your mat. I've been practicing that and I was about 50-50. Sometimes I could do it, sometimes I couldn't. All right, inhale, take it up, everyone. Exhale all the way to the floor. Oh, just breathe. Your hands can rest on your blocks if your hands don't easily come to the floor. Just stretch it out. Step back, downward facing dog. Lower down to your knees. Optionally, have one block near you where you can reach it. And then turn yourself around and come down to your back. Legs are bent. Pause, right? Here's where we started. Just pause. How's that feel? How's the back feel? How do the shoulders feel? Maybe your block is just resting on your belly. Take the palms, take the arms beside you, palms face down. Notice how it feels. Does it feel any different to you? Maybe not quite as curled forward, maybe more, I don't know. And then go to pinkies. And then go to palms face up. And once you go to palms face up, like exaggerate the external rotation a little bit. So I even lifted like the corners of my shoulders and I tucked under a little bit. So my hands are really pretty flat on the floor. My thumbs are really pretty flat on the floor. I want you to stay there. And then if your block's resting on your belly and you don't mind, leave it there. And lift your hips into bridge pose. And if you have to scoot your block lower on your hips, do that because mine was going to slide up. And notice, right, not a big bridge pose to start, but just notice as the upper arms are externally rotated, right? I'm working those hands down to the floor. The chest opens up even more. Now check your feet and both squeeze the legs towards each other, but try to separate the feet. It's really weird, but it activates the whole pelvis, activates the legs. Isometrically try to draw the heels toward your hips. Big deep breath. Now the optional part with this block is if you just don't want to do this anymore, take the block under your hips and bring it to a little bit more restorative bridge pose instead of a working bridge pose, right? Either one. Trust your body here, right? It's been a good class. And then everybody lower down. If your block is under there, just lower down, relax on your block. All right, here we go again. Roll the shoulders, roll the arms, press the thumbs back. This time, tone the belly, lengthen your tailbone, lift your hips. Find your breath, press into your feet. If your knees hurt in bridge pose, which really can happen, try turning your toes out or widening your feet so a little wider than hips width apart and see if that makes a difference. For some, you can go to ball mounds or heels that can take the pressure off the knees. It's very different for everybody. So if you're still with me, we're still in bridge pose. We're activating the hips. We're moving into this back bend, and we're doing all the work that we just did, right? Opening the chest, engaging the back body. And everybody lower down. If you're on your block, just relax. Take a deep breath. We got one more. Una más. Big deep breath. All right, here we go. Plant the feet. External rotation of the arms. The thumbs are reaching for the floor or touching. Lengthen your tailbone, tone the belly, press into your feet and lift. 1, you're here. 2, you're on your block. Just blissing out in that nice restorative bridge pose. 3, you're going to take your hands under your body and interlace your hands. So big open chest here. You can bring the feet a little bit closer in as long as your ankles and knees are still lined up. Your tailbone is long. You are not stressing your lower back. Find your breath here. Imagine someone pulling your shins forward. Breathe, breathe, breathe. From here, release your hands. If your block is not under your sacrum, go ahead and put it there, right? You should have the height. And you can be either flat block or second level. Don't go all the way to the highest level, even if you can. And make sure that block feels really steady on your sacrum, not your low back. Good. So everybody now is in a more restorative bridge. Your shoulders are down, the back of your neck is nice and long. Bring your right knee toward your chest and take it up to the ceiling. Straighten your left leg toward the floor and breathe. That's it. Think about the airplane pose that we just did, right? If my leg that's up toward the ceiling was actually on the floor, the other leg reaching straight back, the chest open, holding that imaginary block, nice lifted chest. And then bend your right knee, bring it toward chest. You don't have to hold it. Little psoas stretch for that left leg. Good. Bend your left knee, let that foot come to the floor first. Lower your right knee, bring your left knee toward chest and then straight up. From here, straighten your right leg along the floor. If you happen to be on second level block and this does not feel good, lower the block, everybody. Everybody, breathe. Think about the pose again, right? Leg, one foot stepping on the ceiling, other leg reaching, chest opening. And then bend the left knee and just let it drift toward your chest. Little more psoas stretch for the right leg. Deep breath, everybody. Bend your right knee and then listen up. Especially be cautious if you're up on second level with your block. Maybe your arms kind of go to either side to stabilize, or your hands. But wherever you are, bend both knees and take both legs up to the ceiling. And then if you're comfortable and your block is stable, let the palms go down, go face up again. And open chest, little inversion here. This is really nicely done just up the wall, right? Legs up the wall. Take some nice deep breaths. Exhale, let it go. Good again. And then exhale. Bend both knees. One foot to the floor at a time. Both feet on the floor. Press into your feet. Lift high enough to take the block out from under you. And then slowly lower one vertebra at a time from the top to the bottom. Once you're here, palms are down beside or face up beside you. Just turn your head to one side. And then center, turn it to the other side. And then center. Good. Take your, it doesn't matter which arm, just make sure. I'm going to do my, what would be your right arm if I were mirroring, just because I have the room. So take that arm out to the side, bend your knees and roll the knees to the same side as your arm. So whichever side you've chosen. Take your other arm and just reach it anywhere overhead where you can feel a stretch for your shoulder, for your chest and shoulder. It should be comfortable and relaxed. If your arm doesn't easily come to the floor, I don't want you hanging from the shoulder joint. So put your blanket under there, put your blocks under there. Just don't hang there. And if it's still too deep, keep the knees more center so that the arm doesn't hang, if that makes sense to you. Deep breath. Maybe move the position of that arm so that you get more stretch or different stretches in different places. How does it feel if it's down toward the hips? How does it feel if it's really overhead? Some part of that arm or hand should always be touching the floor. And just breathe. And then optional here, take that arm up to the ceiling, roll over that right shoulder of yours so that your nose is now pointing toward the floor. And stretch in the back of that shoulder. And then release it, come back, open it up. Take your knees to center and release. I'm gonna turn around so I can do the other side with some room. So this time your left arm is out, or whichever arm you didn't just do. Take your knees to your chest, roll the knees to that same side, and then that opposite arm just finds a happy place, a place where you feel a little stretch, but no strain. It just feels good. Breathe. So combining a little twist with a little chest stretch. And then start to move the arm a little, but move and then stay. Like, don't just keep moving it. Move it and then stay and see how that feels. And then maybe move and stay. How's it feel? And then optionally, you're taking that arm and reaching it all the way across so that your nose or your forehead is pointing down toward the floor and you're really rolled over that shoulder, that left shoulder. And then release, come on back. Find your breath. Release your twist, take the knees back to center. Straighten both legs. And take both arms overhead, wide-ish arms, palms face up. Turn your head to one side. Take it center, turn it to the other side. Bring it center. Press the backs of your arms into the floor. Feel your chest lift. We did this right at the beginning. And on the exhale, press it all the way back down to the floor. As if you were doing this weird upper back cat and cow. So inhale, press the arms down as you lift the chest. Exhale as you press it all back to the floor. And then find neutral. Let the arms come down to your sides. They can be palms up, down, or on your belly, which is a really nice way to relax the shoulders if your hands are just resting on your belly. Let the legs be nice and wide on your mat, nice and comfortable here. Back of the neck is long, and then you truly, truly let go. Feel a little space between your teeth. Find your breath here. Maybe you notice that you feel a little differently now than you did at the very beginning of class. Start to let go of thoughts. Have a happy mind. Soften even more. Truly let go here. And for those of you who are ready to come out of Shavasana, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. If you are super happy where you are, just stay and let my voice be a part of your background. Start to draw your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. Allow the knees to roll to one side or the other and curl all the way over to fetal pose. And from fetal pose, press yourself all the way up to the seated pose of your choice. Bring your hands to your heart. We build the inner strength. We build resolve and resilience. We send out love. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you all so much.